All right, so we're back and ready for another deep dive.
Yeah.
And, today we're going to be looking at something pretty complex. We're going to try to unpack Canibus.
Oh, Canibus. He's a rapper known for his intricate wordplay. A lot of thought-provoking themes in his music.
Yeah, and we're talking about, like, a world where technology has just gone completely bonkers. Society is, like, teetering on the edge. And we even get some ancient myths colliding with, like, modern-day anxieties.
It's true. He doesn't just rap. He constructs these elaborate linguistic puzzles, so many layers,
Yeah.
symbolism, social commentary.
It's kind of like he's giving us this little peek into the future, and it's both fascinating and a little bit creepy at the same time.
Unsettling.
Yeah, unsettling, yeah.
Yeah.
Right from the start, he kind of throws down this gauntlet. The white man's mad because the white man is selling out the white man. Now you know shit is bad. I mean, what a way to kick things off. What do you think about that just from a lyrical standpoint?
Well, first of all, the repetition, the wordplay. It's brilliant. It highlights this sense of internal conflict, like societal breakdown. He's pointing to this system where it's almost like those in power are exploding their own. It creates this real sense of disillusionment, almost a feeling of despair.
Yeah, and you can really feel that disillusionment kind of bleed into how he talks about wealth and power, too.
Yeah.
Like lines like, China got 250 quadrillion golden tons, and then you have negotiate. How much does your 1099 make? It's a pretty stark picture, isn't it?
Absolutely. He juxtaposes that global wealth, that vast wealth with the struggles of just regular people, just everyday people. And it highlights this giant economic gap. And the reference to the 1099 form, that's for independent contractors, which adds a whole nother layer.
Right.
It's like, the system where you're kind of left on your own. You're forced to hustle in a game that feels rigged.
Okay, so we've got, like, the racial tension, we've got this economic anxiety, and then Canibus just throws us headfirst into this world of futuristic tech. You've got drones filming terrorist training, you got nano-nuclear waves. I don't know, it's a little Black Mirror-ish, don't you think?
It is. It's interesting how he combines these real-world anxieties we have about surveillance, advanced weapons, with these almost science fiction-like concepts.
Yeah.
It's unsettling, this vision of the future where tech, it's like a tool for progress, but it could also be used as a weapon. It's a little scary.
It is.
Yeah.
And then it gets even weirder when he starts name-dropping figures like Nibiru and Nimrod. I mean, he's not just, like, referencing what's happening now. He's pulling from mythology, history, conspiracy theories. I mean, where did that fit into all this?
Well, I think those ancient references, they add this depth, more symbolism. Like Nibiru, it's often linked to this idea of a hidden planet, right? So it could symbolize these hidden forces that are shaping everything, forces we can't even see.
Right.
And then there's Nimrod, a biblical figure, a lot of times linked to tyranny, right? So he could represent those in power, those who manipulate, control society, but they're doing it from the shadows. It's like he's saying, listen, these power struggles, these anxieties, they're not new.
Right.
This has been woven into the fabric of human history.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing how much Canibus can fit into these lyrics.
Oh, it's incredible.
And I got to tell you, listeners, this is just the tip of the iceberg, really. I mean, for those of you who are ready to kind of take the plunge, C Radio on Spotify is an amazing resource. You can find tons of Canibus's music there. Really unpack his entire discography.
Yeah, and if you want to go like even deeper, check out the Rippers Unite YouTube channel. They've got like visual interpretations, they take his lyrics, they make visuals, and there's great discussions too with other Canibus fans, like whole community. It's great, dedicated to figuring out this intricate world that he creates.
So we've established Canibus, he's not afraid to tackle some pretty heavy stuff. But it's not all doom and gloom, is it? There's also this sense of resistance, this resilience that comes through in his work too.
Oh, yeah. You're absolutely right. Even in the face of like all these crazy challenges, Canibus, he finds a way to tap into this strength,
Yeah.
like this inner strength he has.
Yeah, and there's this one line that always gets me. Camelback break, ice cold water on a dry lake. Not bad for a primitive primate, huh? It's like he's in this post-apocalyptic wasteland, but he still finds a way to, survive and even like crack a joke.
It's a powerful image, isn't it? Human resilience, you know. And it kind of ties back into, his exploration of these ancient themes. We've always faced adversity as humans.
Right.
Overcoming obstacles. It's like he's reminding us, hey, you have that primal strength too, It's inside all of us.
Yeah, and it's not just about, surviving physically, right?
Yeah.
He also talks about this mental toughness. holding on to your dreams even when it feels like everything's falling apart. There's that line where he says, yeah, I like jogging in place, Martin Luther's speech every day, because I had to have a dream anyway. It's like connecting personal goals to, like, changing society.
Absolutely. He's saying even with all the oppression, systemic oppression, you can't lose sight of those dreams. It's a message of hope, empowerment. We all have that potential to make a difference.
And that idea of making a difference, it really ties into, like, his call to think critically. He's always pushing us to question what we're being told, like to look beyond the surface and challenge the status quo. I think about that line, something is watching us, influencing our consciousness, falsely encouraging us, stopping us. Like, hey, don't just believe everything you hear, question it.
He's totally tapping into that human need to understand what's happening, like what are the forces that are actually shaping our world? Who's pulling the strings? What are their goals? He doesn't give us the answers, but he makes us ask the right questions.
And that's what makes his music so engaging, right?
Yeah.
It's not just sitting back and listening. It's like he's inviting you to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Like to decode and interpret what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's a journey.
Yeah, an intellectual journey for sure. And it takes you through some pretty dense territory. He's mixing scientific concepts, historical stuff, philosophical ideas. It's like he's saying, hey, expand your mind, become a more informed person.
And that's where resources like C Radio and Rippers Unite can really come in handy. You can dive deeper into the music, find these visual interpretations of his lyrics, connect with other fans who are like as obsessed with figuring out Canibus as we are.
It's like a group of detectives,
Yeah.
all working together, trying to find the clues, the hidden meanings in his lyrics.
So we've got like Canibus's kind of dark vision of what the future holds, these strong images of resistance, his call to use your brain and think critically. But what's it all mean? What's the overall point he's trying to make?
Yeah, that's the big question, right? The million-dollar question. I think Canibus is really, he's trying to like wake us up. He's showing us this world. It's on the edge. It's a world where technology, it's like it can save us, but it can also destroy us. And reality and illusion, they're all mixed up. And it's more important than ever to fight for who you are, for your own power.
Yeah, it's like he's like holding up this mirror
to
society, and he's saying, "Hey, look where we're going. Are you even paying attention? Are you going to like do something about it?"
Exactly. He doesn't give us these easy answers,
Wow.
or simple solutions. He's making us face these big, complicated issues head on. He wants us to think, to really use our brains, to talk to each other, and to fight for something better.
And he's doing it all through these lyrics. They're so dense, so intricate. It's like he's saying, look, if you wanna understand the world, if you want to change it, you got to be willing to put in the work. You gotta crack the code. You got to unlock the hidden meanings.
And it is work. It is challenging, but it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
His music. It's not just something to listen to. It's like an invitation to expand how you think, to explore these new ideas, to question everything you thought you knew.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with this: Canibus's world. It's a world of like total contradictions, hope and despair. They're both there. Ancient wisdom is clashing with this crazy future tech. And the power of the individual, it's being threatened, but it's also being made stronger.
It's a world that's a lot like our own in a lot of ways. So when you're listening to Canibus, ask yourself, like, what parts of this do I connect with? What parts of this made me think, and what makes me want to do something to make a change?
We hope this deep dive has given you a new way to appreciate Canibus, how complex he is, how deep his work goes. And remember, this is just the beginning. I mean, there's a whole universe of meaning in his lyrics, just waiting to be explored.
So keep listening, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
Thanks for coming along on this journey with us. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.